Alright, timestamp, it is August 15th, 2025, right at 8 a.m. actually. Um, been up for several hours. Nothing crazy bad. Trying to maintain my schedule. I've been on kind of a in between 4 and 5 o'clock schedule for Janus because it's every 12 hours for his meds. So I got up probably about 2 a.m., somewhere in there. Woke up to, was it Ark in Space, I think? Some early Tom Baker with Harry, who I really love, actually. I love Dr. Harry Sullivan, and Sarah Jane. He's not a coward, and he's smart. And it's nice, because sometimes, broad brush here, sometimes the companions can be just there to scream and be saved. And that kind of, to me, it gets old. It's like, even some of the dudes become damsels in distress, and it's like, it's nice to have, smart thinking, bold companions. I really like Martha for the same reason. I know she didn't get a lot of love, but yeah, she's, again, a medical doctor. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Because Sarah Jane, Liz Sladen, how can you not love her? She's an investigative reporter, so she's curious and smart, but sometimes they write her very, I'm in trouble, scream, 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 and it's like, come on, you're made of tougher stuff than that. It's like a writing cop-out. I think that's probably one of the reasons I love Leela so much, is she's not a screamer. She'll stab you in the eye, But I do like the aspect of her where she's a savage. She's coming at it from a tribal mysticism standpoint, looking at the universe and realizing that science is a thing. And she's always relied on her instincts. I love the character growth with her. I wish they had done more. Frankly. Janus is mowing. That's the scraping sound you're hearing in the background, or might be hearing in the background. Just mowing on the food, which gave it to him several hours ago, but he still had some in the can and whatnot. He decided it was round 2. So, this is good. Part of becoming healthy and all that is eating, right? And he looks like he's getting around a little bit better now. Like, starting to adjust the idea of, I have 3, not 4. Still breaks my heart, but I'm getting accustomed to it, for what that's worth. And seeing him be resilient is making me more confident in what we did. That, and again, Brittany, you're an angel. Not that you'll ever necessarily see this, but thank you for putting my mind at ease about the whole thing. I've noticed that when he falls on his left side, because his left arm is long, they amputated, when he falls on his left side, he has a real hard time, which I understand, getting righted again. It's kind of tortoise-like in that respect. So, I get it. He doesn't give up, though. We got survivors in this house, so that's cool. Oh yeah, he's going to town on that. I got done with a huge stack of blinding paperwork for my dad. We're trying to get his accommodations worked out. Some of it, Pix is supposed to be here in an hour or 2. Some of it I'm going to have her look at, just because I don't really speak medical form, and she does. So please look at this and make sure that I filled it out right, or fill out this little section because I don't know what I'm doing here. True story. Pretty much wrapped up the bathroom as far as what I wanted to get done in there, which is cool. So, I still don't know what's wrong with the shower. I haven't really tried it, but, you know, my parents insisted 10 years ago that it didn't work right, and my mom was storing shoes in it for the longest time. It was just her shoe locker. Never turned it on again kind of thing. So, we need to investigate that, but I got bigger things to worry about. Got a tropical storm brewing out in the ocean. I'm being told by the weathermen that we probably don't need to worry, that it's probably going to just kind of shoot straight north. We might get a little bit, the Carolinas might get a little bit, but it's not ever going to make landfall, we hope. But we're in August, and August through October are pretty much when it gets the most wet and wild. So, with the Lanai, that's a concern, so I got to keep an eye on that. Because you think there's damage now. Now the ceiling isn't attached. This could get stupid. So, you know, no worries, we're okay. I'm optimistic. But need to, yeah. Making good progress in here. I got some plans that'll make things a little bit more streamlined. Getting set for garage sale on Saturday. Because we need to get the bed bug spraying going. Killed a few. Sprayed a few last night before I laid down. I think I've got the couch kinda under control-ish. But, you know, I say that, and 3-4 days later I'm going to have 5 crawling across the comforter, you know, on their way to the sock hop. So, it's a constant battle, I guess, right? This is new. But it's what I got. So, talked to the shrink at the facility where my dad's at. Apparently, yeah, Trip's having a hard time. Apparently, the anxiety medication that she had put him on, his ammonia levels started getting weird, so she kind of pulled back on the meds. Because I was wondering why all of a sudden, you know, he's swinging a cane around, you know, like Captain Blood or something. And she thinks that it's because she pulled back on the anxiety medication. He started ramping up again. So, but I've got the people at the VA attempting to work with the people at the facilities to try and coordinate between the two of them for appointments and things, just to try and make sure my dad's on track, because we've been scared to move him. You know, we've been relaying information and working with the facility, but the VA is saying, hey, we'd like to see him, and I'm saying, yeah, I'd like that too, but getting him to you becomes a risk each and every time. You know, this last time it wasn't as big a deal because the sheriff was involved, because he had been swinging a cane at people and barricaded himself in a room. Oh, the past year or two of my life has been, there are like 8 movie plots in there. You could make a series of films and they'd all be relatively different. All sort of dramedy, but maybe with a little bit of thriller and horror, and, you know, mixed in for fun. But yeah, trying to coordinate with everybody involved to make sure that he's taken care of. So far, so good. But, I'm blind from the paperwork. I hate paperwork. My God, I hate paperwork. And some of this I've had in my hands for about a week. I've been pushing it off. I admit that. But, yeah, a lot of this was because I was waiting for the documentation from the courts, which everything got official in May, and they didn't send out the paperwork to anybody until like late July. That's not exactly expedient. Because I think the guardianship became official on May 20th, I think. And then it's like July 17th, 18th is when people signed off on paperwork and put things in the mail. It's like, wow, guys, to June to July, you've been sitting on this for 2 months. Meanwhile, I've got organizations saying, well, yeah, I hear you, kid. I hear that you're saying you're the guardian of your dad, but I need proof. I need paperwork showing that that's real. Otherwise, you're just a voice on a phone. And I get it. Because I could be, a con artist, I could be a grifter, or I could just be a gold digging kid. We got a lot of con artists out and about these days, so, and some have a lot more power than I do. But, yeah, so, trying to do all the paperwork now, because I actually have the documentation to say, yes, look, a judge signed off on it, yes, it's real. Please get this done for me and my dad, God, this. It's just been... I got a buddy that's like, Mercury retrograde. It's like, yeah, thanks. Shut up. Thanks. Yeah, got it. Shut up. Damn it, Mercury. I'm watching you, Hermes. So I got a living room project I want to work on today. Once we get back from various running around, Pix is trying to get her new glasses through the VA. Because she's getting headaches from computer screen. It's not the right prescription and whatnot. So got her eyes checked and they think they have it figured out. So, but I need to go with it with that. We're going to be dropping off some paperwork stuff at the VA. And debating on whether or not we want to go visit my dad. Because the other thing, because the shrink checked in with my dad and talked to him and all that, we think she's going to be trying something else with the meds. There's a lot of stuff that might help him that also has a real possibility of triggering a stroke. So we're not doing those. Because my dad's already had, we think, 3 strokes total. I mean, that we know of, at least 3. There might have been more, even, we don't know. But, yeah, anything that could cause a stroke, that's off the table. Because he's good. He's had enough of those. He's alright. He's got the hat trick. Let it go. Apparently, one of the things that he said to her during their talk was that, because she noticed that he was definitely having the paranoia thing going on, and he's exit-minded and all that. He is concerned because his son is trying to take his house. Full disclosure, do I plan on moving my family here? Yeah. Yeah, it's probably the right thing to do. Sell my old house, get everybody in here, it's in better shape, we can work with it. And honestly, we can get more done here if we're all here, as opposed to half the family commuting. Because quite frankly, they left us with a mess, which is going to take probably a year to 2 years to cut through and get rid of. So, I don't have that problem at my place. Not really. You know what I mean? We have some stuff to put on eBay yet from the shop, but if you want to compare, my parents are winning. They're winning the, oh my God, look at all this stuff we got to deal with battle. So it does make more sense. But we're not trying to take his house. That's the paranoia thing. He knows that I'm here, and that, Tiny's here as well. But because of where his brain is, he doesn't realize that there's a lot of stuff that needs to be fixed here. In his mind, he's got it all under control. Just send him home and they'll take care of it. Problem is, he can't. You know what I mean? He can't. He's not... His complex problem-solving abilities are gone. They're just gone. And between that and his paranoia and his memory, he spends his entire day trying to remember where he left stuff and or trying to fortify because the burglars are coming. You're not fixing anything. You know, you got a can of spray and you're saying that you fixed the bed bug problem. I'm here to tell you, you did no such thing. There is a can of bed bug spray here, and I've used it a few times, and it does kill them. But they're baked into the place. You got to have this professionally done at this point. The state of Florida and DCF both said that's what has to happen. You know, and it's not something that can happen under my dad's command, so to speak. But it's not anything that he understands. He just looks at it from a face value standpoint and says, you know, my son and my daughter-in-law are trying to take my stuff. We're trying to clean up the mess that you and Mom have left, that you'll never be able to fix. Because number one, you don't have enough time, and number two, your brain won't let you at this point. And it sucks. Man, I wish I had my dad back. But I can't. That's not how dementia works, you know. So. I think he may have actually killed off the can. Took some work. Took some work though, but I think he may have gotten it. But I'm gonna grab a shower. Been a couple days. Just kind of got in the habit of every couple days because of the septic. I'm looking forward to the everyday thing, but I don't know why I haven't got back into that yet. Weird. I mean, I don't smell or anything. And then I'm going to work on the living room project until my girl gets here. And then I'm going to have her look at the paperwork stuff and see if she can figure out if I did it wrong, or there's some information because she's got all the paperwork. My girl's got all the medical records, all that kind of stuff, and can read it. Because she speaks like military and or medical form. I really don't. So try and fill out those blanks that I left blank. Anyway. Yeah. Exactly. All right. Make it a great day.